Alright, we're going to try this again. Welcome to Let's Draw for the day. If you remember last time we were working on the body of this plane. And actually, what I want to do is I want to grab this picture and I want to rotate it on the Z just a little bit. Let's rotate it. And let's grab it on the Y. Bring it up a little bit. And let's grab it the X and bring it up a little bit. Right to about there. And let's look at it on the 1. Let's go to edit mode. Oops. Let's go to edit mode. So we're right on that panel and we're just a little bit in front of that prop, in front of that. Let's try 7. And we're pretty much in the same spot there. We're a little bit in front of that window. Let's see. Yeah. And the antenna is away there. That's a little closer for our reference. And actually, what's kind of interesting here is if we select this front and we grab it to the X just by about that much, and then we go to 1. Let's grab it to the X and go just a hair back. Out there. Let's go to the top again. Let's select this picture. Let's grab it on the X and go just a hair back. And let's see, let's grab it to the Y and go just a hair left. That's a lot closer. That's pretty much close. Okay. Let's deselect it. Let's select our plane body. And I'll go with that. I'm happy with that. Okay. So what we want to do now is select this, select the body. Let's go to edit mode. Let's go Z. Let's box this line right here. Let's grab it to the X. Let's go just back right to where this canopy break is here. I'll show you why. Let's look from the top. Didn't mess up. Don't look like it messed up the body too awful much. Okay, let's look A. Okay, now let's go to the lines here. Let's push Alt and select this line. Click on this line, and as if you notice, it went around this whole line here. Let's put F, A. Let's go to face mode. Let's go to T. Let's press T. Let's go to shading. Let's select this face. Come up where it says face is smooth, and let's go flat. Okay, which I think it is anyway. Let's go to object mode to look at it right quick. Okay, so we just put a little wall in there. That wall is actually where the pilot sets in here. Let's go back to 1. Let's push our T. Let's go back to edit mode. Let's go to vertices. Control this up for a minute here. Z. Okay, now I want to box this whole line in here. let's grab this to the X. Let's go just right about there. Actually, we're going to come here. Actually, I think I want to leave that alone. I want to extrude it, E on the X, and I want to extrude it right there. I want to come down here. We're going to hit A. We're going to grab these 4 this time instead of 3. Oops. Box. Let's grab these 4. Grab on the Z. Bring it up just a hair, not too much. Okay. Push A. Let's look at that. Okay, let's go to Z. Let's box this whole line here. Let's push E for extrude on the X, and let's extrude this. Actually to here. On this one, we're going to do this whole section in one. Okay, and we're going to grab, actually I think on this one we're going to grab 5. We're going to box these 5. We're going to grab on the Z, and we're going to bring those right about to there. And we're going to push Z, and we're going to take a look at it. And it doesn't look too bad, although it does look a little bit. We want to round this out, so we want to grab these 2. And we're going to go 1 again, and we're going to actually grab these on the Z. We're going to bring them down just a little bit. And we're going to look at it. That looks a little more rounded. Okay, we want to look from the top. Now from the top, we want to actually box these 3. Box. And we're going to box. Okay. We're going to put Z so we can see there. We're going to scale that on the Y. Just a tad, not too much. And actually, we're going to box these 2 whole lines. We're going to scale that on the Y just a little bit. We're going to come down on this one right in front of it. We're going to scale that on the Y just a smidgen. And we're going to come to the last one. I'm going to grab this box, and scale on the Y, and we're going to come in right about there. And we're going to box these ones, box these ones. Then we're going to scale on the Y, and we're going to scale these back out. About there. And we're going to take a look at this. 7. We're going for Z. We're going to box these a little bit. Scale on the Y, just a hair. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And Z. We're going to grab this one. And this one. We're going to scale it on the Y, bring it out just a hair. We're going to grab this top. This is above that. We're going to scale it to the Y, bring that out just a hair. And we're going to grab down here and down here, and we're going to scale that in just a tad. And that looks pretty good. Now let's look at this. Well, we got it in Z. Let's look at it in object mode, see what it looks like. And it definitely looks good from the side and the top. Like I said, you start putting it at angles, it might start getting a little bit funky. Okay, now what I want to do now, back to edit mode, go to lines again, and I'm going to Alt, click on this outer edge here. Okay, because that selected that whole end line, and we're going to push F, and we're going to push A, and now we have basically our two walls. We have the wall, and you can't see it. I'd have to thicken it from the top. But you have the wall for your pilot here, and you have a wall for your rear gunner. And one of the things we can do to go back to vertices. Okay. And our first wall here, we can go Z. We could actually put a loop cut here. Control R for a loop cut. And then we could slide it right about there. Okay. Go to line mode. Alt, click on the line, put in a face. A. Okay, now what you will see, which is kind of weird, if you look straight from above, you got two little walls here, but I made it to put some little bit of thickness in it. But if I go ahead and I click this line, push shift, click this line, hit F, A. Now if you look at it from above, you can actually see the thickness in there. You can actually see that it looks like a wall. It's like 2 inches thick or something like that. It isn't just an inch thick. Okay, and the same thing here, except for on this other one. And again, let's save this. This time we're going to save this as an 11, since we've done so much change. We're going to hit this 11. Save. Okay, now go back to vertice mode. Let's go Z. Let's box this in. Let's extrude it to the X. And actually, I think what I want to do, I'm going to delete the vertices. I don't want to do that. I want to take I want to actually take I want to box this. I want to grab it to the Z. I want to raise it up right there where that line is. Oh, it's because we're looking through the sheet. Okay, then I want to grab, I just moved this one up and this one up. I want to scale them a little bit to the Y and bring them in a little bit. There we go. I want to, what happened to my face? Oh, I didn't draw one there. Thought I did. Okay, so what I want to do now is go 1. And then I want a Z. I want to box. This is actually, I'm grabbing 4 of these. I want to extrude to the Z, and I want to bring that up right there. Okay, now if we go back to our line mode, I'm going to click Alt, push Alt, grab the line. Okay. Now what we can actually do here, let's deselect this. Let's grab this and delete the edge. Let's grab this, delete the edge. We want to keep these edges. So again, we can Alt. There we go. Okay, so seeing what we're looking at, we can deselect this again. We can delete this line, delete this line, delete this one. Okay, now we can do this again. We can Alt. Okay. This is not wanting to do this the easy way, so we'll just do it this way. We'll put F, A, and then we'll click this line, shift this line, and this line, this line. Oops, Control Z, we don't want that one. Sometimes you got to zoom in so you don't grab the wrong one. Okay, shift this line and this line. Push F. A. Okay, so we got 2 little separate walls there, but that's fine. Go to face, tools, flat, face, flat. Okay. Let's go back to vertice mode. Let's go to object mode. Let's push T. Go to object mode right quick. Okay. Now we're going to save this right here as 11. Again, file, save as 11A. Okay. Now the trick to this next part here is going to be let's push A, Z. Oh, we're in object mode. Let's go to edit. Z. Oh, I know why, because it selected the other. Let's go back to object mode. Object mode. Click on the body. Come to edit mode. See, now we're getting the picture. Okay, let's box in. Let's box into here. And let's extrude this to the X. Come to here. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, our picture's tilted here. That's giving us a little bit of crap here. And then again, just looking at the emblem on it and looking at the lines, our picture's tilted a hair forward. We could actually tilt it a hair back, but okay. So what I want to do is push A, and I think on this one I actually want to box this to here. We're going to grab it on the Z. We're going to come up a little bit. Interesting. I think I'm going to right click it. I'm going to grab this mini actually here, and we're going to grab it to Z. We're going to bring it up right about there. Okay. Let's see. We're going to look at it from the side. Actually, let's look at it from the top first. And back to 1. Actually, this time we want to go Z and we want to grab the whole shooting match. Go back to 7. Okay, let's look at this from this. Look at this from 1. Okay. We're pretty much lined up with that seam on the side. Seems like it's off just a hair on the top. Okay, let's scale this to the Y. Let's bring this in to it's compromised a little bit. It's going to go a little bit too far in on the top, but the bottom is not. So we're gonna split the difference, and we're also going to kind of look at the line in front of it. We don't want it exactly parallel with it, but we don't want it. We wanted this a little bit more in. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to push A. Z. Let's go to object mode. And I think it doesn't look too bad. Okay, now one of the things that I was going to tell you could do is you can push this 3, and we can take this picture here. Let's grab this picture on the Z. Let's bring it down here for now, because basically all we're going to use that for in the future is to line up the wing angles. And then let's grab this engine picture, and let's actually go to 7. Let's take this engine picture, grab it on the X. Let's grab it on the X. Let's bring this engine picture like way the front up here, so it's still lined up in the front. The only problem with that is now if we look at 3, you see the engine, which if we're not drawing from the front, it's not really a problem that our engine is where it is actually. And if we hit Control 3, select the body, go back to edit mode. See, now we can actually look at our vertices straight from the back. So we can actually grab these. Okay, let's scale to the Y a little bit. Let's grab this one, scale to the Y a little bit. Let's grab this one down here and this one across from it. And let's scale to the Y just a hair on that. And then I don't think that looks too awful bad. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, the only other thing we might want to do is go to Z and grab, box in this one, grab it Z a little bit, bring them up. Okay. Control 3. Okay, let's scale those to the Y here. Let's grab this one and this one. Let's grab them to the Z. Let's grab them to the Z. Gotta remember hit that left mouse button sometimes too. And actually, that's not too bad right about there. Okay. Sometimes you can kind of look at the different angles like you can't really see it from here. And sometimes the lines can really screw you up. Sometimes they're helpful, Control 3, not 3. Okay, and sometimes they're helpful and sometimes they kind of throw you off. But sometimes you can also, like if we grab this one, let's box on this one and go across to its counterpart, box on this one. Let's go scale Y just a hair. Sometimes, as you see, as the lines you can kind of straighten them out. Let's go to object mode. I think that looks pretty decent. Okay, now we want to save this now. It's 12. And we're going to still save this 12 as a little bit, but I don't see if you notice what I kind of did is I kind of made this area so I can draw in this window frame here. Because this window frame, we're either going to have to cut it to shape it, or we're going to have to use some tricks to get it in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to cut this one short, maybe, because I'm probably closer to a half an hour than I even realized or admit. And we already saved this. I'm just going to leave it selected. And I think that was part 14, and I'll label it appropriately, and then I'll see you in part 15. Thank you for watching.